Good morning, folks, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is about living our best life after we've had bypass surgery. So I think in the last video I mentioned that I was going to talk about changes that I've made in my lifestyle since the surgery. The changes have been pretty significant, but I'll try to summarize them here in this video and then maybe detail them in other videos in the future maybe. But my changes were, I think, relatively significant compared to others. I have some friends that, quite a number of friends actually, that have had bypass surgery, and we're kind of all over the scale in terms of how much we've changed our lifestyle, and we're different ages too, so that maybe that has something to do with it. But really my changes kind of categorically are three places. One is diet and exercise and kind of travel and activity. Those are really the three areas I'll touch on today. And as I said, I'll probably get into more specifics maybe in future videos and dial it in a little bit more. In terms of diet, obviously I eat healthier today than I did before the surgery, but that presents certain challenges, whether you're traveling, whether you're eating out with friends, maybe you're getting bored eating the same types of things over and over again, or whatever the case may be. So for me, I tried to just simplify it, and I focus on fat content as best I can. So I would say that I pretty much at some time or another, eat, everything that I did eat, just a lot less of stuff that's not healthy and that has a lot of fat in it. I've really, really cut back on that. And some of this will depend on, other conditions that folks may have. For instance, a lot of people in this situation have had blood pressure issues. Well, I don't really have any blood pressure issues. So like, as far as salt goes, I don't really pay much attention to that. I don't eat a lot of salt anyway, but I don't really pay too much attention to it. And so, you'll obviously adjust to, any circumstances that you might have. But I basically try to reduce fat intake, particularly anything that's got saturated fat, trans fats, of course, that kind of thing. So that is how I have gone about trying to simplify things when I'm out and about, or even when I'm here at the house. So that is kind of the story on diet. I can get into, manage to find a way to go pretty much anywhere and eat, even some of the fast food places if we're in a pinch and we're traveling or whatever it may be. But maybe I'll get into some of those specifics as to what I eat and where when I'm out and about. But it can be a challenge, when you're out with friends and maybe friends have picked the restaurant, and those kind of situations can get challenging. And it doesn't always work out. I'm not saying that I don't eat things I shouldn't eat from time to time. That certainly happens, but I focus on fat. In terms of exercise, I think I mentioned in one of my videos that I did pretty well in the cardiac rehab, and one of the things I really liked was the recumbent bike. But my wife and I were really focused on getting on walking a lot. And the American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate cardio a week, or 75 minutes of intense cardio a week, plus 2 days of strength training. And that's not heavy weights, that's just keeping your strength up, that sort of thing, not lifting heavy weights. They don't want you doing that. But so my wife and I were actually getting about 210 cardio minutes a week until I began to develop a knee problem. So that has altered things, and right now I'm trying to figure that out. I think I'm probably either going to join a gym or purchase a recumbent bike. I think the impact is what's really bothering my knee, and it's manageable right now, but it's just going to get worse if I continue to try to walk miles and miles each week. So I've got to come up with another plan on that. So I'm kind of in flux on that. So I backed off that a little bit. But there are things out there like if you're on Medicare, you may be eligible for the Silver Sneakers thing at your local YMCA. But we checked with ours, and neither one of us are eligible because of the supplemental plan that we have. So it's kind of hit and miss. But there's Planet Fitnesses everywhere, so and they're pretty affordable. But have a weight machine downstairs, and I may get a recumbent bike. Still trying to figure that out. So, but that's kind of the basics on what we did with exercise. As far as travel and activity, I guess the biggest thing I'd say is just get out and do things, keep moving. We travel a lot, and I don't expect everybody does for various reasons, whether it's financial or whether they just don't have an interest in that. But we do. We travel a lot, but there are a lot of other ways to get out and about. Social groups are very important. I have several different groups, from just pure friends to folks I play golf with, kind of groups like that. I've even been thinking about maybe organizing my own little coffee group where I get 5 or 6 buddies and get together once a week for coffee somewhere, just to get out and get moving and get out of the house, so to speak. So that's something you can do. But I've got different groups. I'm fortunate, but there are things that you can do. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard or checked out. There's a website called Only in Your State. And it's actually onlyinyourstate.com, all one word. And you can punch in the state, and it will tell you different places that are of interest, different things that you can do. I mean, some of it is a place you can go for good hikes, but some of it may just be a restaurant to visit or a town to visit or something unique about it. So that's a resource for folks out there too. So. But anyway, that's just a quick video today. That's a kind of a snapshot of how I've gone about things. So it's diet, it's exercise, and it's travel activity changes. We have traveled a lot more. I went on 2 significant trips in February and March of this year, but we don't do it all throughout the year. But we like to travel. But there are a lot of things you can do locally. Again, your social groups, and I'm thinking about putting together a coffee group and that type of thing that you can almost create yourself to get out and get going. And of course, again, check out that onlyinyourstate.com. There are a lot of interesting suggestions and things that I learned about the 2 different states that I've lived in that I didn't know. Some I knew, some I didn't know. But anyway, that's it for today. So maybe in next video I'll dial in on some of this dietary stuff and tell you how some of the more specifics, I guess you could say. But until then, hope you enjoyed this video. Think about subscribing, and I'll see you next time right here in Life After Bypass.